Jake Paul versus Julio César Chávez Jr. Now that's a fight that I just saw the thumbnail. It was a long time ago that it was rumored to be happening, and everybody was upset about it then, or at least they thought that he should be fighting that guy at that time point in time. But it's happening now. So let's talk about Julio César Chávez Jr. versus Jake Paul. But first, if you're new here, thank you for subscribing. Well, thank you for choosing the video. If you choose to subscribe, thank you. And please like and share if you're not going to at least subscribe. And if you're an older subscriber coming back, please like and share the same thing. It will help the channel grow. Thank you very much. So let's talk about this real quick. So back when Jake Paul had taken up boxing, and let's have an honest conversation about this. Let's have an honest to God conversation about what's going on and why is this even, is it good or is it bad or indifferent, whatever. Let's just have a good talk about it, and let's really dive into why this is, in my opinion, the right fight for Jake Paul. And people are saying that he should fight, oh, he says a bum, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's calm down for a second. First, let's have some context. Jake Paul has taken up boxing in his early to mid 20s, no amateur background. We're acting like as fans that he has amateur experience, that he is a Golden Gloves winner, a Silver Gloves winner, Olympian, or at least a trial Olympian fighter. He's nothing of that. He's a YouTuber, or was, or still is, hybrid of, whatever. He's a YouTuber who decided one day to say, you know what, I see all this celebrity boxing stuff, let me try it. And he did it, and he liked the admiration, the accolades, and he fell in love with boxing, right? He fell in love with it. Let's now go to Julio César Chávez Jr., which he's a son of a legend, right? This guy also had no amateur background experience. Fought a lot of tomato cans, worked his way up through tomato cans, had some very good outs when he was with Emmanuel Stewart and such. You know, almost knocked out the Argentinian in the 12th round to win the championship. You know, he had his moments. He's 39 years old now. He's 60-5 with 30-something knockouts, whatever. So this is the fight we're getting now. People are like, why is Jake Paul never fighting a real fighter? Why is Jake Paul never fighting a real fighter? Jake Paul has like 13, 14 fights, something like that, 15 fights, something to that effect, right? One loss. He fought Tommy Fury, lost unanimous decision, dropped Tommy Fury, gave a good account of himself against Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury is not a small guy. He's a big guy. Whether he's a class prospect, that's up to the debate. I don't know. But he was a legit boxer. Registered. Tommy Fury has had experience. He's never fought a YouTuber. Always fought legitimate boxers, whether not they were anything other than just boxers. Okay, fine. But he fought them. Okay, he lost. Expected. Who didn't expect that? Expected. Okay. Let's put some more context to it. Some of your favorite fighters have fought guys, with upside down records. Give an example. Devin Haney's first 17 fights, you combine his opponents, 94-94. Brandon Lee, the guy who I just made a video about that nobody looked at, where he's missing, he has an upside down ops record for his first 17 fights. I think 149 losses, I think 20-something wins, something like that, something crazy, right? Something crazy. And both of those guys, Devin Haney, 2-time undisputed, Brandon and Devin Haney, both decorated amateurs, champion amateurs, okay, champions. Moved along at a garbage pace. The only one who actually had fights that meant something when he was still in his teen numbers of fights was Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko. That's it. You can't pull me anybody else and Rigondeaux. Other than that, you can't pull nobody else. But again, Lomachenko, the greatest. Some of them call him the greatest amateur fighter of all time. Next to Rigondeaux, Teofimo Lopez is also a decorated amateur fighter. Right? So we're back to this situation where people, I think, have it confused, where they think that either they're on one end, they're saying Jake Paul ain't shit, like he ain't nothing, right? And then you have the other camp that says, well, he's just, and this is where he should be. Well, which one is it? Because if he fights a guy who ain't worth 2 cents, or who has an upside down record, or is past his prime, or is not really a fighter or a full-time fighter, he gets criticized. But then when he wants to fight, where I want Canelo, I want this, the people gonna say, well, you didn't deserve that because you ain't make it there yet. Okay? Antonio Tarver picked up boxing late, but started a small amateur career real quick, got into the Olympics, and turned pro at 27. Same thing with Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, who had less than 100, amateur fights. Bronze medalist, came back, and late is when he became a champ. Became a boxer and became a champ. He's not taking any steps that we haven't heard of before. As a matter of fact, Ben Askren and all these other Nate Diaz are better fighters than Brandon Lee had fought, than Deontay Wilder had fought, that Devin Haney had fought, and even in some cases that Tank Davis had fought. Tank Davis had fought in his first 17 pro fights. Look it up. I'm not playing. I made a video about it. You can watch it. You may not. I don't care. But what I'm saying is this is the right move. This is the right length of time. This is the right way to move. He doesn't have an amateur experience. I think we're conflating two things. That he is popular enough to command pay-per-view numbers and millions of dollars. I think we think because he's getting paid millions of dollars is that he should be fighting, undisputed champions. And then if we say that, then we say in the same breath, well, he doesn't deserve it because he ain't never done anything. You gotta pick your battles. Either he's ready for Canelo Alvarez or he's not ready for Canelo Alvarez. And if he's not ready for Canelo Alvarez, who's he ready for? A guy with amateur experience, 15 fights, that picked up, the sport in his mid to early 20s, you want him in the ring now with a top 10, top 5 guy? Is that how you would move your guy? No, I don't think so. I think you would move your guy accordingly. And we've been having this conversation about, Clarissa Shields, right? Recently, and I can bring her as an example. She just fought a girl who was 5-0 for a championship. In one fight, picking up one championship, became undisputed at heavyweight. You see what I'm saying? People want to say there's levels, but where are the levels? Where are we drawing it, and who are we using it for? If we're going to be, fair on this side, we got to be fair on that side as well. You might not like Jake Paul. You might not like him. I'm not the biggest fan, but I like what he's doing in Puerto Rico with the gyms. I like what he's doing with Amanda Serrano. I like what he's doing with women's boxing in general with MVP. He's putting women's boxing in the forefront and using his platform to headline and put them under it. He's saying, I know that I ain't worth nothing, but my name is worth a lot, so I can bring in eyeballs to your fight. So I'm going to put you on my undercard, and we're going to make this happen. We're going to make you a household name. And that's what happened. And that's what he's doing while he's building his skill set. And if you look at his first fight and you look at his last fight, you can't tell me what his last fight was against Mike Tyson. Granted, the Mike Tyson fight was a show, and I think he knew that's a show. I think he used the Mike Tyson fight, one, to bring women's boxing back into the forefront, get all those people paid under him, under that belt, under that card, because he did get those people paid. Got a lot of eyeballs on him. Okay, that's number one. Number two, that's the perfect fight to sell to Netflix. The network has no idea about sports or boxing or anything other than it, but they know Mike Tyson. And he says, man, I'm going to fight Mike Tyson. They know who Jake Paul is. They know who Mike Tyson is. They don't know the ins and outs of boxing. They go, bro, we're going to get you some subscriptions just for this. People are going to treat this like a pay-per-view, right? So imagine, you say, well, this Mike Tyson freak show of a fight is going to happen, and it's only like, what, $10.99 or something like that? They probably got a bunch of subscribers that pay more than pay for that. With all of the, the sponsorship deals and all of that stuff, Netflix came up ahead. But it was the right event to put on, to get on. And now that he's on, guess who else is on? More than likely, it's going to be Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. You got Katie Taylor back on Netflix with Serrano, the third fight. All women's card, right? Putting them on the forefront. That's what that does. It pushes that way forward, right? It helps them and it helps him, of course. But think about it. Even if a crackhead punched you in the face in the street, that shit'll hurt. You whoop that crackhead's ass. Oh man, but that punch hurt. Jake Paul is choosing to get punched in the face now for 11, even if it's by trash guys, which is supposed to be happening. That shit still hurts. Yet he still does it. I wouldn't last in the ring, and unless you sitting across from me in this instance right now in your house, unless you're a professional athlete, a professional fighter that's accomplished, you probably wouldn't be able to whoop his ass either. You probably wouldn't be able to take a punch from his worst opponent. Maybe me neither. Right? So my thing is, we gotta treat everybody the same, right? Well, what's good for the geese is good for the gander. We can't go around and saying he doesn't deserve that, or he should be fighting that, or he should be fighting. Let's be real. Go on BoxRec and look at your favorite fighters' first 17. Go look at it, and then go look where those fighters ended up at after they fought. Some of them are pro debuts. Some of them are 0-1. Some of them are 0-15. Some of them are 1-10. Go ahead, look at them. Go and look at Canelo Alvarez has a upside down record. His beginning fights almost damn near. So Julio César Chávez for sure has an upside down record when it comes to his ops. Go ahead. That's what I'm saying. Very few can claim a better record with that with a little bit of fights. Better opponents. Fernando Vargas was one that had it. Pachito Bojado, remember that guy? Still, to me, the biggest travesty in boxing. So all I'm saying is, I think that's the right fight for him. He's 39 years old, former world champion, hasn't fought a little bit, but can still, give him a 1-2, and he has enough power. It's not 39, the power don't go away. If Julio César Chávez Jr. can just concentrate for a couple rounds, it could be dangerous for Jake Paul because he's been in the game much longer. Has fought the way better opposition. He could see something in there, right? I can't even pick it right now, to be honest with you. I can't. But anyway, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? Do you think this is the right fight for Jake Paul? Do you think it's the right move, right? At the right time? Or you think that he should be fighting a top 5 guy in the division? Whatever division that might be that he fights in. Let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you in the next video. And I'm out. Peace.